Well, good afternoon, Las Vegas. This is Clark coming at you on Rolando La Raza's show, Face the Tribune. He's on his way in. He's just a little stuck in traffic at the moment. He called just a few minutes ago, said he'd be a few minutes late. Anyways, what would you all like to talk about today? We have a open line here, 702-493-5222. Anyone is welcome anytime to call in. Let us know what you're thinking about, what you'd like to talk. We're open forums, so anything goes. A lot of things happening. We're scheduled to have Crystal Bundy come in on the herd today at 2 o'clock. See what's going on there. It's not necessarily linked to Cliven Bundy. She has her own issues going on with a child custody case. It's kind of interesting, but with that name, there's a lot of news going on the Bundy name. All kinds of finagling going on with court hearings and this and that, and strategy, and whether everyone's going to be lumped together in one case or multiple cases and this and that, and it's crazy stuff. Anyways, call us up if you'd like, 493-5222, area code 702 to start with, and give us your opinion about Bundy. I'm very interested in that particular case because I'm a law guy. I want the law of this country upheld. We need to get back to where the Constitution means something, and right now this legal system and the judiciary is completely broken. All over the country. It's not just Nevada, but there's no place worse than Nevada. I'll say that. It's absolutely a distorted system, and one of the biggest reasons for that is the way that we elect our judges. We have to subject them to being necessary to raise campaign contributions, and it doesn't take a genius to figure out, well, let's see, judiciary is supposed to be nonpartisan, for example. It's supposed to be pure as the driven snow, not influenced by any pressures or anything, just supposed to be the law is what they're supposed to rule by. They're not supposed to rule by the bench. Judges aren't supposed to think that they are the law, and what they go says, no matter what they say. That's not the way this judiciary system is supposed to work. We have laws. We're a country of laws. Civil society is supposed to work that way. And when you break a law, then you have to pay the price, whatever it may be, to get back on the true and narrow. One of the basics of law is that we need to kind of know what the law is. Although being the law, you see, they always put everything in their context. So you are required to know the law. In other words, negligence is no excuse for you to break the law. Kind of like a one-sided type, that the people that make the rules, telling you have to know the rules. Like if you have to pay some government fee that comes due once a year, well, you have to have a string tied around your finger to make sure on that particular day you pay that fee. And even if they don't send you a bill or an invoice or any reminder of any kind about that fee, you're responsible to pay it, and if you don't pay it the second it's due, you're going to owe tremendous late fees, interest, penalties, you name it. It's your responsibility to know when that bill's due, and nobody else's, and that's the way the government works. Now, if you try running a business like that, you'd probably go to jail, but it's who makes the rules, who makes the laws. This is what we have to change. We've got to get this country back to where it's controlled by people with common sense. It's anything but that right now. It's completely not common sense. Nothing in the court system, to me, has made much sense in the last few years. It's just incredible that the thinking that goes on and the way that they come out with these convoluted, crazy rulings is like they're struggling trying to make a ruling that fits what they're supposed to do as far as wherever they were paid to do or whatever kind of influence they're under or what have you, they're being distorted and are doing something that makes no sense, and as a result their ruling makes no sense. It's not hard to figure out. You just read the language and you see if it follows the black and white letter of the law. And it doesn't. I mean, it just, in this state, it just doesn't do that. Look at what's going on with Bundy. He's being kept in jail. At first, the talk of the judge and everybody else was, well, he's a terrorist. He's, he was assembling militias up there to fight the government and all this stuff. When the truth of the matter was that these supposed agents of the federal government, there was a lot of debate about who they were and what they were. Anybody, I guess, can go to the TV shows and get an FBI jacket. Who knows what these people are? But anyways, these supposed agents show up. They grab all of Bundy's cattle. They corral it all up. They're trying to steal his cattle. I guess they killed a few, whatever, intentionally, accidentally, who knows. But they were gonna, here's the government overreaching, making some sort of statement because there was an issue over whether whose land this was. And being a bureaucrat, of course, and somebody that has a badge and some sort of authority, these type of people that fail the civil service exam get hired by the government to be their cattle, so that they just do march to whatever orders they're given, whether they're good orders, bad orders, lawful orders, whatever. Doesn't matter, they're going to march to whatever those orders are. And when then you give these mental midgets a badge, well, they think they have all the authority in the world. It goes right to their head. And that's part of the issue here, because Bundy paid, from what I understand, rent for his grazing land. He paid to the sheriff of the county. And some $6,000, whatever, is what I was told. And then the county didn't really know what to do with the money, so they either turned it over to the federal government or gave it back to them or whatever. But Bundy's whole position throughout this whole thing has been that he's not grazing on federal land. It's state land. All land in this state, in the area of his ranch, is owned by the state. It's not owned by the federal government. Of course, the federal government, being what they are, they think they're all powerful and this and that. Well, that's not really the truth. The federal government is limited by their power to what they're supposed to be able to do by the Constitution of the United States, and they have limited powers. Powers like the defense of the country and things of that nature. Interstate roads, road system, the FAA, drug enforcement for medicines and pharmacies. And there's certain regulations that only a government can really do that goes across state lines, so to speak, to where it's awful difficult to have a state, let's say, for example, like control a railroad. If the railroad tracks go across the country, how does any state have control of the railroad? Their headquarters may be in Delaware, they may be a Delaware corporation, but it doesn't mean that the railroad in California is controlled by the government in Delaware. They can't do that. It's across state lines. All states have their own sovereignty. But the federal government has controls of certain things when things, the state lines kind of get blurred on some issues, and a railroad is one of them. Let's say the railroad went bankrupt. Well, now you have track and land, I guess, that's owned in different states by the same company, the railroad, and it's in bankruptcy, so technically they have a receiver. Well, normally a receiver is limited by the bounds of the state, wherever the court action may be, but in a bankruptcy case, it's a state-controlled action bankruptcy, but it goes across state lines in the case of a railroad. So the receiver has to have certain powers given to him, unlike other receivers, to where they can actually have some sort of authority wherever those railroad tracks run in a bankruptcy thing. Just for an example, laws get murky, laws get muddy because of situations you run into that they need to be that way to a certain extent. You can't, one size does not fit all. And you have issues that come up that need to have somebody with common sense look at. And then the other fundamental principle of this country and the way we're supposed to run it is we run by precedences, stare decisis. If there's been a court that's ruled on a particular case before with similar facts, that case sets a precedent. And then by the doctrine of stare decisis, all other courts that come after that ruling should probably pay attention to the first ruling and try to rule the same way if the facts are similar and everything else fits, because that would be economically judiciary type to do that. You know, why would a court want to keep finding over and over and over again a same set of facts when it's already been argued before and decided before? And that makes sense that the people of this country have to abide by laws, and they need to know what the laws are. The Supreme Court had a discussion come down through a couple of the justices there. I think Sotomayor was one, and maybe Scalia or Sate or somebody was having a discussion about stare decisis, what I just talked about, where the principle is that a precedent is something that should be at least persuasive, and if it comes from the Supreme Court, it's mandated that all lower courts in the country have to rule the same way as any precedent set by the Supreme Court. So they were having a discussion on the importance of the stare decisis doctrine in relationship to maybe things change over time, and maybe they had ruled one way 100 years ago, and times have changed, and we're not riding around all on horses anymore, and maybe some of those older decisions need to be modified to current events, so to speak. And both justices agreed that, you know, things need to be looked at, but being the highest court in the land, they have to make decisions that fit at the time. But still, stare decisis is very important. And one said that it's more important to rule by a bad law that's on the books than have no law at all. That way, the people in the country have at least something to go by, that that law is the law of the land, and they need to abide by it until it's changed. Anyways, what else is going on out there? Mr. Rolando Larraz is going to come here shortly and discuss the day's events with us, whatever he's been out there digging up in his travels.
I don't know. I was looking for that immigration lawyer. She's not a lawyer in Clark County, but immigration lawyers can work anywhere, any court. Federal court, of course. Vicenta Montoya, I understand she sent a very, very nasty comment to my email. I haven't opened it, I haven't seen it, but somebody told me already that I went to look for her, but she moved, no signs, her telephone is disconnected. I don't know what's wrong with this woman, but I find her, and then I'm gonna face her, so she can tell me all the things she wrote about me in the comment of the newspaper. Maybe she can tell me in person. Okay, so if anybody knows Vicenta Montoya, I will appreciate it. Tell her to give me a call. My phone is working. Her phone is not working. I've been calling for 3 days, and she has not. The phone is not working. Anyway, and what else has been going on?
Gee, I don't know how I topped that one. Everything's going on. We got Trump again, putting mud all over the faces of the mainstream media because I guess the attack dogs, and Hillary included, thought, well, we really got Trump this time because he's probably like we would. We lie about everything, so Trump's probably lying about those dollars that he raised for the veterans when he didn't go to that debate that Megyn Kelly was at, you know, and decided to have his own debate. He ended up raising about $6 million for the veterans. Well, they thought we got him now because he never turned any of that money over to the veterans, you know, so we got him, you know.
But I was watching TV now, and a group of veterans was talking great about Donald Trump.
Well, that's the truth comes out. Now, the scuttlebutt on the street was that Hillary Clinton's campaign hired some actors to portray themselves as veterans, and they went and they had a demonstration in front of Trump Tower the other day, bitching that nobody's gotten any of that $6 million that he promised to us. He broke his promise, he broke his promise, he broke his promise. Well, Trump comes out today with an accounting of how much money's been turned over in the last 4 months since he made that announcement that he was gonna, raise about $6 million. He's distributed already 5.6 million. And the proof is there because other people are now weighing in saying they got the money, this and that and the other thing. And here again, here's the despicable political party thinking because they're crooks, everybody's a crook. So they got Donald Trump on this one because nobody could raise that kind of money in one night and turn around and actually do what he said he was going to do. Well, Donald Trump did what he said he was going to do.
I tell you one thing. I am not a mind reader. I'm not too intelligent. But I see the future of the Main Street media. I don't know why they call it Main Street media, but the regular newspaper, the liberals and the power control, that type of media. I see them losing more at this time than ever.
No one's ever been in a position like Trump where he can call them out.
Yeah.
They lie, they do this and that, he calls them all out.
They're going to lose.
They're going to lose everything. They've lost so far.
They're losing credibility, they're losing everything.
Yeah. And it's good because we've known that for a long, long time, that they're not truthful. They don't report the news anymore. They report their spin on the news.
It's like the situation with these transgenders on the bathrooms. We have transgenders in this radio show. We have offered a show to transgender people. I have transgender people working in the office when we was in the office across the street. We are not in any way or shape anti anything, okay? But I don't believe that the bathroom should be allowed to have transgenders in the same bathroom where, of course, you have to realize that, for example, I'm talking about Nevada right now. Nevada. I'm sure that Brian Sandoval's daughter go to a private school. They're not going to have transgender, so he can care less what happened in the bathrooms in the public school or in the public places for that matter. Okay? The President Obama, his two daughters are going into private school in Washington, D.C. I'm sure they are protected by the Secret Service and all that stuff that all these powerful people have, okay? And I don't see any, but I believe the media is supportive of that transgender. You can support things without taking sides, I believe that you are able, you can support issues without taking sides, and we have proved ourselves. We have transgenders over here. Not too long ago, we have two transgenders in here, and I think the media should put their word where their mouth is. If they want to have transgenders in the bathrooms, they want guys to dress like a woman and go there to take pictures of young women or maybe, who knows, little girls, that's their problem. Okay, but I think they should put their word where their mouth is, and they start putting transgenders in front of the cameras. Let the transgenders give the news. What news? Anyway, so they don't have any news. All they do, I was watching TV today. They have news from Texas, from Arizona, from Boston, from everywhere else. Then they go to the weather, they come back to the commercial, and then they go back to China and Japan and and then by accident they throw a local news on it. What is the local news? Somebody they got some kind of problem with what was it? I forgot. I forgot what it was. I mean, these newscasters over here, they should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed, and at least what they can do, the least they can do is to be open and tell the public, look, this is all they allow us to do. It's not our fault. I need the money to support my family. I need my paycheck, and I have to do whatever they tell me to do. That's what they should do. And
Well, they're a long way from that. What do you think about that Katie Couric and the little planned 9-second delay that was contrived to make people that she was asking a question of look like they didn't know any answers? You know about that story, right?
no,
She
no,
was
no.
talking about guns, and she's a liberal, basically wants to get all our guns away from us. So she had a little discussion group going on the camera. So she asked a question about what about felons getting out of jail or this or that? Can they stroll into just any gun store on the side of the street and be allowed to get a gun? Asked a question. And then they edited the tape to go to, at the beginning of the show, before they started it, these same people were sitting around and they weren't saying anything. They were waiting for the show to start. So they edited 9 seconds of that preliminary tape that was nothing, just film that they had, where nobody was saying anything. And they edited that 9 seconds into where she actually asked a question. And then they put the 9 seconds in there to imply that nobody knew the answer to this question. So it made it look like these people were low information types that didn't know how to answer a simple question.
Is she still with the network?
Yeah, at the moment, but now the people that were in the meeting there, they had their own recording devices. So they recorded what really was happening audio-wise in the meeting. And when she asked a question, they gave an immediate answer. So what is it? It's contrived stuff. Like on that Trayvon Martin case, where NBC edited the tape and edited out the questions that were asked in the order that they were asked. They took them out of context, especially about whether the guy, Trayvon Martin, was black or whatever. They asked the question out of context.
People keep forgetting about this little tool over
Yeah.
here. People keep forgetting about there's no privacy anymore.
Yeah, it's catching them
There's
all in
no
their
privacy
lies.
anymore. And they think, and you know why that is? It is because they think that we are stupid. They are completely out of control, out of their mind, and they think we are stupid, that we don't know anything about nothing, and they can, because they are being used, they have been used to be that way. They was trained to be that way. They believe that the people have to take their word for. You don't have to take their word for, my friends. You don't need that anymore. That's not an excuse anymore. You're an intelligent person, you got a mind of your own, you have an opinion of your own, and I don't think you need to start listening to the main street media. I don't know what main is. I don't know, extreme, yeah, the extreme is stupid, that's what they are.
They're lying to you. So if you listen to them, you're subjecting yourself to lies. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
These people are liars, and we've proved it again and again and again. And Trump is proving it more and more every day. Definitively proving it, like he just did now again. They're off having these phony demonstrations about Trump not doing this and Trump not doing that, and Trump did it. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. And how much has Hillary Clinton donated to the veterans? Not a single dime. She's not a giver.
She's probably asking for contribution.
She's not a donator, she's a taker.
She's probably the...
She's asking them for money.
Yes,
she's not giving them money,
she's asking for contribution.
Money. Yep.
You know, I don't understand why the public, the citizens of this nation have to be that I don't know what is the word that I want to say.
Try brainwash, that's where you're going with it.
Well, you know, Why would you pay somebody like a UNLV paying $250,000 to an old lady full of wrinkles that have nothing serious to say, nothing good to say about anything? Everything she said is a lie. They pay her $250,000 to come over here and talk for 17 minutes, and they don't even have a copy of the speech? And I don't believe that, because I'm sure that somebody in the UNLV recorded that
Of course.
stupid, I don't understand.
But what she said was all lies, so it can't be exposed. Like when she goes to Wall Street for these hundreds of thousands of dollars for a speech, she's telling Wall Street exactly what Wall Street wants to hear. And then she's getting campaign contributions from the same people she just lied to by making them all these Santa Claus promises that she's going to give them this, 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 and that. Well, if the truth came out of what was said in those speeches, she'd be toast. So they can't come out with that. No way in hell.
Yeah.
And it needs to come out. It needs to be exposed. And this media that has 20 full-time, Washington Post has 20 full-time people watching every move that Trump makes. Maybe they should put a like amount of reporters on investigating those speeches that Hillary Clinton gave to Wall Street, and let's get the transcripts of those speeches. Maybe they should have 10 or 15 people, assigned to that full time.
Yeah.
And then you get the Bob Woodward out there saying a third-party candidate's going to be coming out real soon. He's going to be qualified. He's going to be, this and that and all this crap. I mean, these people need to just be run out of this country.
And in reality, what is his word to famous? What is his way to famous?
He
What,
got
the
the
Watergate?
Yeah, that's it.
The Watergate?
And I think these...
He was doing his job as an investigator. Why don't he investigate
Because
Hillary
it was a
Clinton?
Republican president, not a liberal president. That's the difference. You can't report a liberal president. Only Republican.
I remember when the newspapers used to be fair, partial, and,
Well, that's
impartial.
before my
Impartial.
time.
That was
My
before your
goodness,
time?
I guess. I never heard about it.
See, I didn't think you was that young.
Yeah, geez, I mean, I never heard of that before.
Yeah. I don't believe that the people really realize how much they're being used by the media,
Well, all they really have to do is open their eyes and have some common sense between their ears, and they can figure it out on their own. What has Hillary Clinton ever done? What has she ever done for women? She's supposed to be 70%. She's the women's president. Doing what? What did she ever do? She takes millions and millions of dollars from the Arabs who don't even let women drive. You have to cover up if you go out in public. You have to go out with a man. You can't go out by yourself. I mean, all the restrictive rules that they place on women, like there's some kind of pet or some kind of, caged animal over there in Saudi Arabia. That's what she takes money from? And she's supposed to be this great women's right candidate? She's a fraud. She's what Romney was talking about, lying that he was about Trump. He was talking about Clinton. They are a fraud. There's no doubt about it. We have the proof. When you lie to survivors of the family members killed over there in Benghazi and tell the parents of those dead soldiers, we're going to get the guy that made that video. I mean, Jesus Christ. And she's running for president? This is a sick joke. This can't be happening. We're going to wake up in November and find out this was all just a script that we were playing to. It can't be happening. This country cannot be that far down. Of course, after the 7.5 years we've already experienced with this other clown, I mean, goddamn, man, this country's in serious shape. Serious shape. He's over there apologizing for America again, and I love the way he's over there in Japan and Vietnam, or wherever he's going, and he's knocking Trump. He's campaigning against Trump on a foreign soil. Who the hell is this guy?
Who is it?
Obama.
Oh.
He's on his apology tour, and he's knocking Trump. It's unbelievable. There's never been a president in the history of this country that's done anything like that.
Well, look what he did with
He's
Cuba.
a joke.
Look what he did with Cuba, in Cuba. You know, with Cuba and in Cuba.
No.
He is humiliated, insulted this country
Yeah.
and every other country he put his feet on.
Yeah.
But what can I tell you? I didn't vote for him, so I don't have to feel guilty about nothing.
I think there's quite a few people that did vote for him, a lot that have voted for him twice, that would never vote for him again, and they're very sorry that they did. I think some people do have a little common sense left, and they can see the results of what happened by voting for that guy.
Did they put the name Harry Reid on it so they can get paid?
I don't know, it's same thing. I love the way that they're running around and they're having these little things, like Megyn Kelly had that thing that was re-aired over the weekend where she interviewed Trump, and then she has this round table discussion with half of them were liberal, you know, attack dogs and everything, and I love the way they're complaining about, we need a president that's respected, that tells the truth, and they're saying things, and they're implying that Trump doesn't tell the truth. So that's the problem with Trump. I'm going, what about Obama? You're describing Obama to a T. And they're acting like we need a president that tells the truth?
And you know,
start in your own house.
I tell you, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on politics. I just mainly go by my guts. But if I would have been Donald Trump, I would have never agreed to that interview with Megyn Kelly. I thought it was going to be something nice. I thought it was going to be that she realized she was wrong and she wanted to make things better. And but I don't think so.
Well, the interview between those two was respectful, and I think Trump came out way, way on top of that when it was one-on-one with Megyn Kelly, because then the people can see he is presidential, he's not holding anything against her per se, and this and that. But then Megyn Kelly goes to her little round table with these hit dogs and everything, and then there goes her attitude right back to the Megyn Kelly hit reporter asking the questions of that first debate. She resorts right back into that character.
The same, let me tell you, I believe that with all the money Donald Trump has, or whatever, that doesn't mean that he can use all that money in his personal. He got a company, he got accounting, he got, but anyway, let's not be technical now. With all the money that he claimed to have, I'm telling you, I believe that he should have spent a little bit of money investigating that Megyn Kelly before he even accepted the interview. I think, let's see what she said off the air. Let's see what she said when she's talking to people in her own circle. Let's see what she said, because that's what, I mean, I'm a nobody and I do that. I send people to different places in the courthouse and the county commission, and you know, you don't think I know everything that Chris Giuliani said about me? Of course I do. But
well, I think Trump's doing it right, because he's showing, by doing these little interviews and so forth, he's showing who the better person is. If you don't show up and have these interviews and everything where he comes out on top, everybody's going to be spitting, well, he's afraid of Megyn Kelly. How can we have a leader in this country who's afraid of a reporter?
I'm not
so
saying...
they're going to switch it all around and change it up. So
Then
he's exposing it.
He don't need to avoid the interview.
He's not.
But he can be prepared for that interview.
I think he was prepared.
I don't think so. I think he really honestly believed that she was being honest with him and was doing the right thing. Well, I think he was under the impression that she was truthfully repent.
Well, see what somebody needs to ask Trump. If he watched the interview or the show that she just did in that round table she had with discussing the interview itself with these hit people. See what he thought of that. Did that Megyn Kelly look like the one that was in the interview asking you the questions? No, she looked like the hit lady that she is.
Yeah.
So what is his opinion on that?
Either that or she playing the two sizes.
That's what she's doing, of course she is. But she's trying to fake out Donald Trump. I think she had a lot of pressure on her to go back and amend the ways with Donald Trump to do whatever she could do to try to get out of the hole she built for herself, and that Donald Trump made sure she put herself in. Donald Trump said, I wouldn't have come and apologized, you know. Anyways, he's won every step of the way with these media. He puts them down, he exposed them for what they are. That ABC guy or whatever he pointed out in this press conference a little while ago, man, just tore him up, you know. You know what you did. Don't sit there and tell me you know.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Oh, man.
That's the way it is.
Expose these people.
Yeah. What time is over there?
Oh, about 22 to 1.
Really?
I think we have Crystal Bundy coming for the 2 o'clock show today, by the way.
Crystal? Why?
Because she wants to say something.
In your show?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just letting you know, because she called last night about midnight. So I didn't want to wake you up. I'm
Was
sure
she
you've been
drunk?
sleeping for hours. No.
Oh.
Her husband called, actually.
Oh.
But anyways. So, you
She
know.
called at midnight. She called you.
Yeah. They thought
Man,
they were
you must
calling
be in
you.
you must be in a
I'm
one-to-one
on
basis,
20
no?
No, I'm 24 hours a day.
Whoa.
Radio Tribune, man. I'm on duty. I work for a slave driver. Won't even let me take a nap.
Whoa, man. Well, I won't be here anyway, so I don't.
Where are you going? You just got here.
I know, but I got things to do. I got a full schedule today.
Oh.
And tomorrow I won't be here, so I don't know. I find out in our website, the comments that the people put in the website were not being what do you call air, or I don't know what you call
Downloaded or
downloaded.
something?
I couldn't figure it out, and yesterday I discovered that. So I was all night with Denise, the website lady, the web lady. She's not web.
Was she a spider?
Eh?
Is it a spider?
Why?
Web?
Yeah, the website.
Spider web.
Oh,
Oh, web
the
lady.
website.
Oh, okay. Thought she might have been a spider.
Yeah. And so I guess I want to apologize to all those people that have, because I was talking to the lady who put those emails, those comments on the online, and we didn't realize that they weren't going nowhere. They disappeared. Because I was, Vicenta Montoya sent me a comment. I got to say thank you to Vicenta Montoya for that, because if it wasn't for her, I would have never find out. Then our comment disappeared. So the lady in my office then put the comment. She said there is an email, it's a comment in here from a lady named Vicenta Montoya, then it's not too nice to you. Should I put it in? And I said, yeah, put it in. She probably got a couple more drinks.
Whatever comments are, comments are.
Yeah, and besides knowing her, everybody know that she got a couple drinks in her head and a couple extra drinks. She drinks a lot, but I told her, yeah, put it in. So I went there to read it, and I don't see it. So I called Judy and I said, what is are you gonna publish that comment so I can read it? I don't know how to get in the back of the website. I don't know anything about that. So she said, I did. I already posted. Well, it's not here, so I go back and forth. So finally, 1 o'clock in the morning, I got this idea to call Denise, our website lady, our webmaster, the genius that created that website. I say, you know that I cannot deal with these people because they don't have any human beings working over there. I need to talk to people. I need to hear what they said back to me when I asked them a question. I cannot wait for half an hour for somebody to type my answers. So this morning she called me about, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was 7 o'clock in New York where she's at. And she told me that something is wrong. So she's fixing it now, so let's see what happens. If we can get, one day people was complaining and bitching about, oh, I put a comment and you didn't publish it. I put a comment and you didn't publish it, And
I was wondering, it always surprised me because there's people making comments on stuff that's been uploaded to Google like crazy and nothing appears in the comment section here. So I'm wondering, how can that be?
And who knows how long it's been like that? Probably
for a long, long time.
I can't believe I need a social media editor. That's what somebody was telling me over the weekend. I don't know why they talk about weekend.
Well, when Trump gets elected, you can maybe hire some of his tweeters. I don't think he'll be doing as much tweeting when he's president.
I think he will. I think he will.
Yeah, but then you get the security clearance. He might have to have a security inquiry if he's tweeting all these things. And what about someone intercepting them and so forth? It'd be a security inquiry.
Oh, you mean like the emails?
Like Hillary, yeah,
like
security
the emails
inquiry,
with Hillary?
right.
I don't
You got to
know.
be careful when you got a position, what you allow to go out there. You have to be careful. And then now we have the records where she was telling all her staff, don't say this about that, and don't question the server. It's all been approved, and this and that. So all the truth's coming out. It's always going to come out. Sooner or later, it'll come out.
I didn't mean to change the subject, but did Martinez did a show today?
No, he got a pajama. No, he taped it. I put on an old show. So anyways, we should be getting some information. I think the head of the FBI, Comley is his name or something like that, he's going to be interviewing Hillary Clinton personally. And that's going to be, can you imagine going to that interview? I mean, anything you say to those guys, FBI or this or that, like ask Martha Stewart what kind of trouble you can get in just answering or not answering a question. I mean, those guys are tricky little bastards.
If you don't answer, it's bad. If you answer,
yeah, you're dead either way. And there's been enough interviews already.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. In all fairness, what did you just say? What did you just say?
I don't know. I said a lot of stuff.
No, just now talking about. Is that can you imagine it is to be in front of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful.
Let me tell you, that's the reason.
Right.
That's the reason why those guys take so long to give you an answer to investigate you, because they go thoroughly. They go. It's not Metro, then it's political vendetta or anything like that. These people go. They go hair by hair nail by nail. Oh man, they do that and they take their time. They really take their time. That's why I was trying to tell you, you know, leave these people alone. They doing their job and they doing it well. And I tell you, I have to give credit to this guy coming because he was appointed by Obama. You know, he was appointed by Obama. He is supposed to be Obama's people, but he don't act like an Obama people.
No. But anyways, when you're going up against the Clinton machine, you better have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted and so forth, because they're vicious, vicious people. They're despicable. They'll try to hang your ass.
Yeah.
And
I realize that.
the FBI needs to make sure that they get all their ducks in an order, and I'm sure they will. And I can't imagine how Hillary Clinton, you know, everybody praised the job she did, 11 hours in front of the Congress. Anybody could go in front of that stupid Congress for days. I could go in front of them, because what it is they ask you a question and then the other side asks you a restoration question. So you're going back and forth between questions, and all they're doing is one side's praising the hell out of you and the other side's attacking you. So what the hell kind of have you ever seen a trial like that? Where it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth?
Oh,
no, the one side interrogates you, question after question after question after question. And then the other side may get an opportunity to try to restore you. It's not a minute here and a minute there and a minute here and a minute there. It's just the whole system's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful job she did. She lied to the people. She even admitted that she lied. She's just...
I saw a post on Vicenta Montoya's website. You know, I don't know where she's at now. Here, the office is gone. The telephone, I've been calling that phone number that is in the website since day before yesterday, and all is busy signal. You know, so I don't understand. But anyway, I was looking at, they have the accomplishment of Donald Trump, and they got the bankruptcy, they got everything, then you know,
all the negative stuff.
All the negative stuff. That's the word I was looking for.
Right.
And then Hillary Clinton only have one.
Positive. Oh, one.
Only one negative stuff about Benghazi or something like that.
Oh my God.
Oh, the emails. I don't know. One of those two. The people are making such a big deal out of it, you know.
How about all the gates?
So what is the deal? Because I tell you the truth, what she have done? What have she? It's like people tell me, well, we need Harry Reid over there because he done a lot for Nevada. Well, give me one done.
We don't ask
by
for
Harry.
we don't ask for like give us the top 5 things he's done.
No.
We just ask for one, and they
know.
can't give you one. These people they interview on the street that are staunch Hillary supporters. I mean, they bow at the mantle continuously. They ask, well, what has she accomplished? And they just blank look on their face. They can't answer one thing.
If not, they try to make you stupid. Oh, come on, you're gonna ask me that question?
Yeah,
don't
right,
you know?
right.
If you don't know what she's done, then you don't
Right,
deserve an
right,
answer.
right.
You know, and they go in the
Never answer the question.
in the contrary of what you do.
Yeah.
You know, to make you feel stupid, to make you feel bad, to make you feel incompetent, to make you feel like you don't know anything. You know. So my opinion is, my dear friends, is don't ask these people any question because you're never gonna get an answer anyway. So just keep going, keep working in favor of Donald Trump. Keep going to work hard to make America great again. And I'm telling you, you need to do that. Otherwise, forget about you. You nobody. Your children, your grandchildren are gonna pay the consequence of your stupidity if you keep listening to these people and you keep acting like they tell you to act. And it's like this protest in California. You think Donald Trump did that? You know, they make you believe. They want to tell you, oh, Donald Trump prepared that. Donald Trump, why would he do that? He no need to do any of that stuff. He got 10, 15,000 people listening to him. He don't need to do that stupidity. You know, this is something that happened with either Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, or who knows who, maybe Harry Reid. Look what happened in Nevada. Until then, Nevada was the only place that has a problem with the debates. Nevada was the only state until they came here and blew up everything. Then they went to Oregon, they went to...
Well, the people don't know what they're there for, but they're paid to be there, so what they do is they fight. They throw rocks, they light things on fire, they do all the things that rebel rousers do, you know? They're having you know, if you want to have a debate or you want to object to somebody...
And you cannot even be intelligent enough not to respond to them, because when you don't respond, they get mad and they start attacking you physically. But if I was going to be in one of those debates outside, I would completely ignore the
Remember
people.
that little 8-year-old Mexican kid there outside of one of these things, giving the finger, just yelling and screaming. What do you want? You ask that kid, what do you want? He don't know. Give me a taco. I mean, what does he want? Remember that little bastard out there yelling and screaming, the finger. Jesus Christ, you know?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, it's pathetic.
Well, I'm telling you.
They show, it's like the Wall Streeters. They show in their demonstration what they are.
And people are not happy with anything.
No.
Not happy with it. I don't know where it was. A big animal, I don't even know what animal it is, had a little kid, 2 years old kid, 3 years old kid, that the parents didn't have the common sense to hold it by the hand, and the kid went inside the cage. I don't know if it
Not
was...
just the other day, you mean the gorilla?
Yeah, the gorilla.
No, the kid fell into the cage or something.
No, he went to the cage.
Well, he
walked
through
over
it.
there, yeah.
Whatever.
And then they shoot the gorilla,
Right.
and now they're complaining because they killed the
All the
gorilla.
bad people
So what do you want, the gorilla to kill the little kid? Stupid.
It
I
just
never
goes to
seen
show
anything that...
their job is to bitch. So they're going to bitch. Either way it comes out, it doesn't matter. They're paid bitchers. So they're going to bitch no matter what happens.
So why don't they bitch about all those innocent people that are sitting in our prison accused of anything but the truth?
Well, that's too deep for them. They can't go that far. They have to be paid to do what they're doing. So you have the guys like Soros, Move.org, and all these people writing checks, like Hillary Clinton's campaign writing these 12 people outside of Trump Tower the other day to bitch about the veterans not getting their money. These were paid actors is all they were, because the veterans did get the money, which was proven today. Oh, more mud in the face. Uh-oh. Not too good.
Yeah, okay, well, let's see what happened now. So Krista Bundy is coming in at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Well, we had a lot of responses to her last show, which was quite a while ago, and this doesn't have anything really to do with Cliven Bundy to speak of, nothing whatsoever.
No.
It's a totally different situation. But
No,
anyway,
but you know
it's interesting because it goes to another problem that we have in the court system here, where you have these family matters and these custody matters are just totally out of control. because the courts have all this power and they don't know what
Can
the
you
hell
ask,
they're doing with the
can
power.
you ask her, I won't be here, but can you ask her if she's willing to sit down at this same table with the grandparent, with the grandfather of the kid, then has the kid custody right now and discuss the issue?
Is that alligator?
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
love-
I'll ask her.
I'd love to have,
Well,
you know, I don't know if
it's a very
alligator.
contentious relationship, I think, because if you could get both sides out in the same table at the same time,
But I
that would be,
understand
you know.
I understand that just last month, she was incarcerated for something that she
we'll
did.
find out, but.
You know, maybe you can ask her that question.
But I know this much, without knowing the facts, okay? I know this much, there's a lot of crap that goes on in custody battles that is just ridiculous.
Oh,
Like if you're in a fight with your ex-wife or whatever over your custody, your ex-wife can tell your kid to say anything. Maybe you have a 3-4-year-old kid and you're planning in his brain how bad of a father he's got. And that's not the case at all, but you're getting distorted. And then the judges and everybody just don't
Yeah,
listen to
I
the
understand.
facts.
I used
It's
to
a
be,
terrible
I used to
situation.
be radical about child abuse or child
Yeah.
molester, but
All you gotta do is
Through
make
the
the
years-
accusation, you're
through the
done.
years, I seen women telling the daughter or the boy, whatever, telling that your father molested and
Yeah.
you know,
And that takes care of it, that's it.
that's
Now you're
it.
done.
That's it, and that's something.
Just the accusation.
And that kind of reputation never go away. Never
Never,
go away.
never.
Even if you are clear, never go away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, we like to thank you for listening to Face the Tribune. Remember, my name is Rolando Larraz, and I stand behind every single word that I said in this show. Have a good day. Have a wonderful week. And God bless you, God bless America, and God bless our troops. Thank you to my co-host for the wonderful job that he is doing.
Yeah, how about the words I say?
Yeah.
You say you stand behind your words, how about my
Do
words?
you stand behind your word?
Yeah.